Hey, everybody, and welcome back.
Yeah.
You know how much we love to dig into the nitty-gritty here, and today we're tackling something that's honestly pretty crucial for pretty much everyone.
Definitely important.
Online security.
Yeah.
More specifically, how Microsoft is going about protecting all of its users, really, from all the digital threats out there.
Mm-hmm.
And the cool thing is we're going straight to the source for this one. We've been poring over some training materials directly from Microsoft. And we're excited to break it all down for you today.
Absolutely. Should be a good one.
So to get us started, maybe just like a real quick overview. What are we talking about here? Like, what are the core things that Microsoft has put in place to try and keep us safe?
Okay. So think of it like a two-layered security system.
Mm-hmm.
You've got your first layer, which is called Exchange Online Protection, or if you want to sound fancy, you call it EOP.
EOP. Yeah.
And this one's like your basic everyday protection against all those common threats you see all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Think spam, phishing attempts, those pesky malware things, stuff we all see every single day.
Right. So like the mass-produced threats that are just constantly out there.
Exactly. This stuff that's just trying to get It's not targeted. It's just like throwing a wide net out there.
Okay, so that's EOP. But then you said there's a second layer. So what happens if something sneaks past that first line of defense? What's Microsoft got in its back pocket for that?
Yeah, well, that's where the big guns come out. That's when Microsoft Defender for Office 365 steps in. And that's what we're really going to be digging into today.
Defender for Office 365.
That's the one.
Okay, so EOP catches the common stuff.
Yeah.
But Defender is for like the trickier, the more advanced.
Mm-hmm. The sneakier one.
Yeah, the sneakier threats.
Okay.
I'm intrigued.
Yeah, and to really understand why you need something like Defender, we got to talk about, I don't know if you've heard this term, but zero-day attacks.
0 day.
Zero-day attacks. Imagine this. You've got your house, right? And you think it's all secure.
Yeah.
You've got your locks, your alarm system, the whole 9 yards.
Right. Feeling good about it.
But then a thief comes along, and they've somehow managed to get their hands on a key that you didn't even know existed.
Ooh, okay.
A hidden key that unlocks a door you thought was completely secure. That's basically what a zero-day attack is. They exploit a vulnerability that no one even knows about yet.
Okay, so it's brand new. Like no one's even had a chance to patch it or fix it.
Exactly. It's like a brand new exploit, and that's why it's so dangerous.
And that's where Defender comes in.
That's where Defender shines.
Yeah.
Because it's got all these tools designed to deal with those kinds of unpredictable threats.
Okay. That's a little unsettling, honestly. Makes you realize just how sophisticated some of these attacks can be.
Oh, yeah. They're constantly evolving. And that's why Microsoft came up with something called time of selection protection.
Time of selection protection.
Yeah. Try saying that 10 times fast.
I'm not even going to try.
But it's a pretty cool feature. Basically, it focuses on those clickable links that we all see in emails all the time. You know, the ones that say, click here to learn more.
Oh, yeah, I see those all the time.
Right. So instead of just letting you blindly click on them, Defender steps in and analyzes that link in real time before you even click.
It's like a bodyguard for your cursor almost.
Exactly. It checks things out, makes sure it's safe. And even if you do accidentally click on something bad, Defender can actually step in and prevent you from ending up on a dangerous website.
Oh, okay. So it's got my back even if I make a mistake. That's a nice feeling.
Exactly. It's like a safety net.
I like that. Okay. So we've got time of selection protection. What other tools does Defender have in its arsenal?
Well, there are a few key features they highlight in these materials. First up, we've got safe attachments. This is all about scanning those email attachments, making sure they're not hiding any of those nasty zero-day exploits.
Right. Makes sense. Can't be too careful with attachments.
No. And then there's safe links, which we kind of already talked about with the time of selection protection. So that's constantly analyzing links, making sure they're not going to lead you to any shady places.
So basically just like constantly vigilant in the background, checking everything out.
Pretty much. Always on guard. And then another interesting thing they mentioned was outbound spam filters. So it's not just about protecting you from incoming threats. It's also about making sure that you're not accidentally sending out spam from your own account.
Right. So like if my account is compromised or something, they're trying to prevent it from spreading from there.
Exactly. It's like a whole ecosystem of protection.
Okay, so that's good to know. But speaking of user control, there was something else that really caught my eye in these materials. The fact that we can actually submit suspicious emails or links directly to Microsoft, like we can be part of the solution.
Yeah, that's actually a really cool feature. I mean, think about it. You're out there on the front lines. You see something that looks fishy.
Right.
You can actually report it. And what happens is Microsoft's security experts actually analyze that submission. They figure out if it's a real threat or not.
Yeah.
And they use that information to improve Defender for everybody.
So it's like crowdsourcing security almost.
Kind of, yeah. It's like we're all working together to make the internet a safer place.
I like that. That's a good feeling. But okay, so I submit something, then what? Do they just like take it and run? I never hear anything back.
Actually, no. You can actually track the status of your submission right in the Defender portal. You're not just left wondering what happened to it.
Oh, okay, so I can actually see what's going on.
Yeah. You get updates. You can see what they found. It's pretty neat.
That's cool. So it's a real like collaborative effort, like a back and forth.
They even tie this into something called the tenant allow block list. Sounds kind of technical, but it's actually pretty straightforward.
Tenant allow block list. Okay, break that down for me.
So basically, every organization, like your workplace or whatever, has its own unique list of what's allowed and what's blocked. It's like a customized security filter for your whole organization.
Okay, that makes sense.
And here's the cool part. Let's say you get a legitimate email that gets flagged as spam. That's what they call a false positive.
Right, like it's a good email, but it accidentally got caught in the spam filter.
Exactly. So when you report that false positive, it actually modifies the tenant allow block list for your organization.
So it's like I'm helping to train the system to be more accurate.
Exactly. And that's how your individual feedback actually helps improve Defender for everyone in your organization. It's pretty cool.
That is really cool. I had no idea it worked like that. It's like we're all part of this big security network helping each other out.
Exactly. It's like a community effort.
Love it. Okay, so before we wrap things up here, I should probably mention that Defender, it's mainly a business level product, right? It's part of that Microsoft 365 Enterprise E5 package.
Right.
Yeah.
It's definitely geared towards businesses at the moment.
Yeah.
But, that kind of says something about where cybersecurity is heading.
Yeah, like it's becoming so important that even businesses need this kind of advanced protection.
Exactly. And it makes you wonder, will we all need this level of protection someday? Will this become the norm for everyone?
That's a really good question. Something to think about for sure. Okay, so just to recap everything we've talked about today, we've got that two-tiered system, EOP for the everyday common threats, and then Defender, the big guns, for those more advanced targeted attacks.
And don't forget about all those cool features Defender has, like safe attachments and safe links.
Right, and how we can actually submit suspicious stuff to Microsoft, be part of that whole security network.
Exactly. So I'm curious, knowing all this, does it change how you approach online security? Do you feel more confident? Do you feel like you need to be more cautious? What steps will you take to stay safe out there?
Ooh, that is a good question to ponder. Lots to think about. And hey, if this deep dive has sparked your interest, we encourage you to, well, keep diving. There's a ton of information out there about Microsoft Defender for Office 365. Go explore.
Yeah, and in the meantime, stay safe out there, everybody.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.